How did Silent Hill 2 become my favorite game of all time? Well, I played it and I liked it more than I did every other game I played. So yeah, that's one reason. But also, there's a lot of other ones. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. My name is Mr. Michael, and today we'll be looking at Silent Hill 2 2001. As you should know, we do have a Silent Hill 2 remake coming very soon. Konami has not revealed the release date yet, but I'm very excited about it. And I played through the game recently on my channel if you want to check it out. So I'm here to talk about everything that I love about this game, some things that I feel that the remake could do different, but overall just a whole review retrospective about Silent Hill 2. So let's get into it. So 2001 Silent Hill 2 is about a man named James Sunderland who's arrived in the town of Silent Hill after receiving a letter from his wife, his dead wife to be specific. Her name is Mary and she died from an illness 3 years ago. The letter states that Mary is waiting for James in their special place, but this confuses James as the whole town of Silent Hill was their special place. So from here, James has to wander into Silent Hill, which is now full of monsters and creatures and things that shouldn't be there. He comes across a few people such as Angela, a teenage girl who's come to town to search for her mother, who also seems a bit unstable, and Eddie. We don't want to talk about Eddie right now. And he eventually stumbles across someone named Maria, who is damn near identical to Mary, except she's the sexy version of Mary, you know what I'm saying? But not everything is peaches and cream, as you do find sexy Mary, but you're being stalked by a pyramid head with a huge blade. And yeah, there's some conflicting choices you have to make here. And when I say choices, yes, you actually have to make some choices. This game has 6 endings, but you don't get these endings how you think you do. You don't go in and choose a different dialogue. No. It's very complex. I actually have never gotten all 6 endings, which is a bit of a disgrace, but I might shoot for them eventually, especially if they're all in the remake still. Now, moving away from the story, I will be mentioning it a bit later, but I want to talk about some other things about the game, the things that really stood out to me, and along with the story, kind of lifted it up to make me feel as if, you know, it's the greatest game I've ever played. Funny enough, we're going to talk about the gameplay first, which is not the strongest point whatsoever. The gameplay is very basic. It's very clunky. You can play without the tank controls, but overall, the game is literally just walk, turn, hold one button and hit the other one to hit. It's very clunky. Even shooting can be a bit iffy sometimes, but I've always said that the game has aged well. For a game that came out in 2001, it's still very replayable. I heard people say not. Well, I have to disagree with that. If I can still pick up the controller and want to play a game for like multiple hours on replay, I think that game has aged pretty well when it comes to gameplay. Now, of course, without all the extra goodies, the story and everything in the game, would I play it if it wasn't that? No, but with the story and with the gameplay, they work well together. And I know damn well that the new game is going to have much better combat and much better gameplay. So it's going to be amazing. Puzzles as well. Puzzles in this game can be very challenging, which is why they do have a difficulty setting for them. I swear to God, I got stuck on stream one day just trying to solve the same puzzle over and over again because I felt like a badass who wanted to, you know, show my high IQ. Well, that didn't go that well. I felt very embarrassed. So yeah, the gameplay, nothing special. It will be fixed in a new remake, I'm sure of it, but I still really enjoyed playing the original. Now let's talk about some of the monster design in this game. Masahiro Ito is fucking amazing. As soon as I saw Pyramid Head, I immediately decided in my head that I'm gonna get a tattoo of him, and I haven't got one yet, but I will. His design is very simple. It's just a guy in like some dirty old apron, look like, with his fucking biceps out, with a big ass, rusted ass pyramid on his head. How much cool can that get? And he carries around this big ass blade. The blade scrapes against the floor while he chases you. Like, I have been jump scared by this man multiple times. Like, after I know he was coming. This dude is amazing. We also have the notorious sexy ass bubblehead nurses, you know. They're really creepy along with the mannequins. The bubblehead nurses move and they twitch all the time and it scares the fuck out of me. Some of them carry pipes. You have the mannequins. The mannequins are very still when you first run into them, and then they start moving and making noise. And there's one of the greatest jump scares in gaming history in this game with one of those mannequins, and it terrifies me to this day. Moving on to the lying figures, I think the lying figure is the first creature you will run into the game. The lying figures, they have like bodies that's like trapped in a straight jacket of like flesh. It's fucking weird. But then they got sexy legs and a thick ass. Like, this shit crazy. Like, bro, speaking of thick asses, Pyramid Head got one on too. But that leads me actually to talk about why a lot of the things in this game do seem sexualized. Given that, you know, Mary was hospitalized for 3 years due to that illness, her and James obviously could not have a sex life. So that's gonna leave James very frustrated. So the mannequin monster represents James's natural sexual urges. Pretty much these mannequins were born from lust. So when we run into Pyramid Head for the very first time, like straight up, he's pretty much fucking a bunch of mannequins, like they legs all over the place and shit like that. Like we're like, whoa, what the fuck? But yeah, that's why. Pyramid Head himself is symbolic of James's inner guilt and torment, manifesting from the part of his mind that desires punishment for what he did. And you know, you should know what he did. And lastly, we do learn that Angela was sexually abused by her father and her brother. So that's why she's in Silent Hill. And we end up going into a room where we see her being tormented by this creature called the Abstract Daddy, which is essentially manifested from her trauma. And inside of the room, it's made of walls of muscle, has metallic cylinders, and pistons come in and out of the room. So you can kind of assume where that goes. And it's really terrible. And I really appreciate Silent Hill 2 for being one of the games to address trauma and to, I don't know, to touch my heart. Cause like, you know, I've had my fair share of trauma in life. So when I see that last scene with Angela and on the stairs with the fire all around and the way what she's saying and just the music and everything, I almost cry every time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be thinking about it. I'm thinking about it right now and I'm getting emotional. So this there's a lot of deep things in this game and it's really dark and I fucking love it for that. It's not afraid to be dark. It's not afraid to address trauma without being inappropriate about it. Everything just works. And yeah, that's one of the things that just makes this game more complex. I really hope they don't take that out of the remake, but I'm afraid because, you know, now in this day and age, a lot of people will be a bit upset about it, but I hope they don't. I think that the game has a strong message when it comes to trauma, when it comes to, I think the word I'm looking for is atonement. That's what made PT so special, in my opinion. It was, of course, you know, how creepy it was, the environment and everything, but how that ties to Silent Hill 2 is because you're just a person inside of this town and you can't leave. It's a purgatory almost. It's like a limbo. You have to keep on going through and through and through. And though you don't know why, you eventually will find out why. The town will reveal itself as to why you are stuck there and what you have to do to escape it, or are you going to be stuck there forever? That's this whole game. And I love those types of concepts. And I don't really think they ever get old. I like getting attached to a character and starting to feel sympathy. And it's like, oh, I wish this character wasn't in this predicament. But then it's like, well, maybe they deserved it. They put themselves in this place. And though I feel bad, you know, I can't really say I wish they wasn't there right now, because they did this shit and they got to deal with it. And it's the same with real life. You see people and it's like, oh, you feel bad for people. But, you know, we all have things that we do and maybe we deserve some things we get. Some people get what they don't deserve. Some people do. So I love this entire question of morality in human beings. I love it. And that's why whenever I do these reviews, I will be getting into some other games that deal with that too, that I absolutely adore. And Silent Hill 2 just happens to be the best game that does that. So yeah. So about the ending, I think that the best ending in my opinion is going through with what Mary wanted. I will leave that very vague just in case you haven't gotten that ending. For me, it just makes sense as to that being what James would do. I like it. It warms my heart. And then the letter at the end of the game, holy shit, the voice actress cried. I damn cried. We all cry. Every single time I play this game, I cannot get through it with a blank face. I have not been desensitized to anything. It just hits different every single damn time. You know what else hit different? That damn prison. That shit scared the fuck out of me. I don't give a fuck how long I stop playing and come back, or if I play it back to back. That shit is terrifying. I hate the noises. I love the noises. I hate it though. This game, it has the some of the greatest characters of all time. It has some of the greatest locations of all time. The soundtrack. I will sit here and listen to that Silent Hill 2 soundtrack all day on Spotify. Don't even try me on that. And I'm so happy that Akira Yamaoka is coming back for the new game with the new soundtrack, because he absolutely slaughtered the first time. But yeah, overall, I know I mentioned that I would talk about some things that the remake could do different. And honestly, all I would say is improve the voice acting, of course. I know some of the old heads on YouTube that love Silent Hill, they get mad when people say that, but I'm gonna be real. Some of that delivery with that dialogue was corny as hell. But honestly, you know, you don't really need to, I don't think the game needs to take itself too seriously, because that's when things can fail. But it just doesn't need to be like, yeah, I killed that dog. It was fun. Like, bro, what the fuck? And obviously, number one priority will be gameplay as well. While I do say that the old game, it hasn't aged as bad as people say, it still has aged, and I think a fresh gameplay system will be amazing. In the, I think it was a 5-minute interview that they talked about Silent Hill 2, they said they're definitely changing some things, they're adding some things to make the combat fresh, and I think that's going to be beautiful. I'm also very excited about the new camera angle. A lot of people also think that fixed angles should come back. I would say I wish fixed angles were an option in the options menu, but a guy like me, I love over the shoulder third-person games. I wish that Resident Evil 1 was remade in that way. I would love to go through Spencer Mansion for the first time in third person over the shoulder. But yeah, I think that this camera work is going to make the game scarier. I think that the environment is going to be insane on PS5. The fog, the ray tracing, everything. Oh, I swear, look, when the trailer dropped, I stopped making dinner, I screamed, and I came over here and recorded my reaction to it. And to this day, that shit's still getting views. So yeah, you know how passionate I am about Silent Hill 2, but I cannot wait. It feels like a dream when I did see the trailer and the small amount of gameplay they had in it. It felt like a total dream to me. I still can't believe it's happening. So I'm really excited. I hope they drop a release date soon, and I hope it's not 2024. I hope it's 2023, hopefully mid-year. But at the same time, I don't want them to rush it. I need it to be perfect down to the last minute details, please. Overall, I'm really excited for the future of Silent Hill, and I really hope that things stay up and they keep on going up. Even with the original ideas they got going on, I might write a script and send it to them, trying to get my own Silent Hill game put in. That'll be awesome if I actually can write a good script. But yeah, now I gotta go play Silent Hill 1 for the first time. I gotta complete Silent Hill 3 and play Silent Hill 4. So yeah, I will be doing all of that, and I'll potentially get back to y'all on what I thought about those. And once again, thank you to Konami for sending me that Silent Hill package. I still got the Toluca Lake hat sitting on top of my Blu-rays and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. And I can't wait for the Silent Hill 2 remake to come out day one. Acceptance is a key theme of Silent Hill 2. And you know, you just gotta accept that this is the greatest game of all time. Now, all right, Jesse, I gotta go cook. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. And yeah, I will catch y'all in the next one. Leave a like or you're a bum. Bye.